Hi there, and welcome back to Clarkenomics. In this video, we're going to talk about something very important that often gets overlooked. The difference between demand and quantity demanded. It's something that messes with beginning economics students all the time. So let's just jump right in. When you look at that table, that was what we call a demand schedule, right? It tells us, given the price of an object, how much of that object will somebody want to consume. So we looked at a consumer named John and his demand for soda. When the price of soda is $1 per bottle of soda, John wants 15 sodas. When the price of soda is $5 per soda, John only wants 3. And that creates this negative sloped line with an inverse relationship that we call a demand curve. So the big difference, though, is quantity demanded, which we abbreviate as Q subscript capital D, is one quantity that will be purchased at one price. So for instance, if we want to look at this in the table, 15 is a quantity demanded. 9 is a quantity demanded. 3 is a quantity demanded. When we talk about quantity demanded, it's one quantity at each price. So it's one value from the demand schedule, like this or this or this, or it's one X value on the graph here, right? So this is a quantity demanded, 15, 12, 6. These are all quantities demanded. Think of it as one point on this entire thing is a quantity demanded. On the other hand, demand is not one quantity at one price, it's all quantities at all prices. So this is the part that kind of confuses students sometimes. Demand isn't just one value from the table or one point on the line. Demand is everything. So the entire demand schedule is the demand, or the entire line, curve, whatever you want to call it, that's demand. So don't get confused between a quantity demanded, which is just one X value, one point, and demand, which is the entire thing. And most of the time where this confuses students is in the way that they talk about it. So like, let's focus on some proper phrasing here. Don't just wing it. Yeah. All right, so let's imagine a situation where the price of buffalo wings decreases. Think about what that's going to mean for people. Will people buy more or less buffalo wings? Well, they'll buy more, right? Because low prices are an incentive. Consumers like low prices, so if they're given one, they're going to buy more of something. This is fine. We can work this out. We talk like this all the time. But when it comes to throwing around the word demand, people are often careless in how they do this. So for instance, the price of buffalo wings decreases. Do not say the demand for buffalo wings increases. That would be wrong. The demand for buffalo wings is not increasing because demand is the whole line and the line did not move, right? Nothing changed along the line. All we're doing is finding a new quantity demanded. So don't say the demand for buffalo wings increases if the price decreases. If the price for buffalo wings decreases, say this: the quantity demanded of buffalo wings increases. Because all we're doing here is we're finding a new X value, quantity, for the new Y value, the new price. So it sounds like kind of a nitpicky difference to focus on, but one is correct and one is not correct, and they actually mean very different things. And in economics, there's so much terminology, it doesn't take much to be wrong. You can't just casually throw out terms that sound kind of right. You have to use the proper terminology because it conveys the proper thing. So let's look at this in a graph because, right now it sounds like I'm just being picky about the way things are phrased. What I did was I created a graph for buffalo wings with just some information on it. So imagine, if you will, that the price of buffalo wings decreases. See the arrow going down? Price of buffalo wings goes from $10 to $4 for an order of buffalo wings. Now, what that's going to do is not shift the demand curve, right? That's what we just talked about in the previous slide. When the price changes, we're not moving the entire, buffalo wings demand curve here. All we're doing is finding, okay, what was the old quantity demanded and what's the new quantity demanded? So the old quantity demanded at point A, when the price of buffalo wings was $10, would be 25. At point B, the price is 4, so the quantity demanded is 100. So see the line going down across the x-axis now, right? So that's what happens. When the price changes, it's not a change in demand, it's simply a change in quantity demanded. This is what we refer to as moving along the demand curve. So watch this. So we're moving from point A to point B. We're just finding a new position on the same demand curve that we had before. Why did that happen? Well, price is the independent variable. Depending on upon the price, you're going to have a different quantity demanded of buffalo wings. So that's the important thing to remember here. A price change doesn't move demand, doesn't shift demand. All a price change does is change the quantity demanded of the thing. So hopefully that clears up a common source of confusion, and thanks for watching.